Okay class, good morning. Our topic for today is about the end of human act. Man does not act aimlessly. Man does not act aimlessly daw po. Sinasabi dito is, hindi kumikilos ang tao ng walang layunin. When he acts, it is because he enjoyed the action or because he wants to achieve something by that action. Sabi po dito is, kapag kumilos daw ang tao, ito ay nag-enjoy sa kanyang ginagawa. Kaya naman may gusto siyang makamit dun sa kanyang ginagawa. That is the reason why men acts. What we call end. End is the purpose of goal of an act. Sinasabi dito is, ito daw po yung katapusan ng isang kilos. Kaya nga po end, diba? So let us now proceed to the end of the act. The end of the act is the natural termination of an activity. Okay, let us now move on to the next, which is end of the doer. End of the doer, it is the personal purpose intended by the person performing the act. For me, this means, kumbaga, ito yung layunin ng gumagawa. Halimbawa na lang is, kumain ka, ito ay dahil gutom ka, gusto mong mabusog, diba? Okay, let us now proceed to the kind of ends. Number 1 is the proximate or remote end. The number 2, which is intermediate or ultimate end. Okay, let us now read the meaning of proximate end. The proximate end is the purpose which a doer wishes to accomplish immediately by his action. Which means, ito daw po is yung gusto mo agad matapos ang iyong ginagawa sa pamamagitan ng pagkilos. Halimbawa na lang, kumain ka diba, tapos bigla ka nabusog. Nabusog ka kasi kumilos ka by action na pagsubo mo sa sarili. Let us now move on to the next end, which is the intermediate or ultimate end. So, let us now read the meaning of intermediate end. The intermediate end is the purpose which is desired as a means for obtaining another thing. The ultimate end naman is the purpose which is desired for its own sake and not for because of something else. Ganun po. Intermediate is, for me, malinaw naman sinasabi na for its own sake. Own sake means pansarili, hindi para sa iba. Today, I will be reading some information about my topic. First one is action of motivation. Alfredo Panizo gives us the opportunity to cite principles concerning human acts. Every agent that performs an action acts for the sake of an end or purpose to be attained. Man is a motivated animal. For him to act, he must first find the motive to act. Sometimes the motives instantaneously, as when one stands up to answer the doorbell. Sometimes the motive comes out from tedious and well-calculated efforts. Motives give life to action. Without it, man finds no reason and why he must act at all. Next is end as something good. Nothing excites the human appetite or rational desire than that which is good. Actions are tendencies towards something good. What is good and desirable is also the end of the act. The next is apparent good. Apparent good, man has natural aversion to evil. Evil is never desirable for its own sake. It is naturally it, it, it is naturally repugnant to man. Okay. Evil viewed as good is called apparent good. It is evil disguised as good. It is deceptively tempting and many fall for it. For example, a suitor who kills his rival regards his immoral action as a good. It is means to rid himself of a rival for the love of a woman. Which means, pinatay niya yung kanyang karibal. Karibal means yung nagkakagusto doon sa babae. Isang nagkakagusto. Pinatay niya yon for its own sake para siya ang mahalin ng babae. So, tinawag siya na evil. Okay. Let us now proceed to the meaning of good. Good is that fits a function as a rational being. Good is yung kapag gumawa ka ng tama sa kapwa mo. That is good. Okay, let us now proceed to the needs and wants. The needs are those good which are essential to man as man. So, dito po yung needs is yung pangangailangan mo bilang isang tao. Halimbawa na lang is yung bahay, pagkain, damit. That is example of needs. Next is the wants. Before we proceed, let us now read the meaning of wants. Wants are those goods that an individual requires because of his particular circumstances on life. Meaning, the wants is ito yung mga gusto mo para sa sarili mo. Halimbawa na lang is gusto mo ng makeup. Gusto mo ng ganito, bumili ng ganito, teddy bear, chocolate, or anything na gusto mo lang. Yun po yung wants. Okay. The needs must first be fulfilled before the wants. Kasi yung need po is yun yung pinakamahalaga compare sa wants natin. Diba? There is a kind of goods. Number 1 is essential and accidental. Essential good is also called perspective because they contribute to the high integral perfection of man. Okay? Example of that is food, shelter, health, knowledge, virtue, and life. That is essential good. Okay? Next is the accidental. On the other hand, are called non-prospective because they merely contribute to the external worth or appearance of a person. Okay? The next is number 2, real and apparent. Okay? A real good is something which has an intrinsic value. Thus, we call it value. It possesses qualities rendering. There is an example of real good acts and habits. Parent and parenthood, pleasure and joy, work and leisure. These are the examples of real good. An apparent good is actually an evil thing but is viewed as good under certain aspects. Examples are disease, sadness, death, worry. Number 3 is perspective and non-perspective good. Perspective good is that which contributes to the integral perfection of a person, such as, for example, is education, virtue, food, exercise, and medicine. The non-perspective good is that which merely contributes to external appearance or convenience of a person, such as clothes, wealth, social status, political power. Okay? Number 4 is perfect and imperfect good. Let us define now this. Also good, ultimate, or limited goods, respectively, are absolute and relative goods. Perfect good has the fullness of quality, enabling it to fully satisfy human desire. Okay? Imperfect good possesses only certain qualities so that it does not fully satisfy human desire, except in a relative or limited sense. All earthly good are imperfect. Only God, in the absolute sense, is perfect good. Okay? You understand? Okay, the next is the greatest good. For Aristotle, the greatest good is happiness. Happiness is what man aims to achieve in all activities. Means, dito is yung kapag nakatapos ka ng isang bagay na sa sarili mo, alam mong gawa mo, ikaw ay magiging happy. Diba? Happiness yan. Kapag ngaya you are kapag ngaya ikaw nga nakasama sa sa Dean's Lister, you are happy because pinaghirapan mo yun. Diba? Okay, there are two happiness. The number 1 is the natural happiness. So, let us now define the natural happiness. Natural happiness is that which is attainable by man through the use of his natural powers. Dito is, example na lang is, kapag may gusto ka, tas nakuha mo, natural happiness na yan because nakuha mo yung gusto mo, di ba? Okay, next is the supernatural happiness, which is attainable by man through the use of his natural powers. These are informed and aided by God's infusion of grace. It is the study belonging properly to moral theology. Theology rather. Dito naman, supernatural happiness is yung kasama ni dito is yung gods, goddess niya. Tas halimbawa is nagpray ka, tas di nagtagal is yung prayer mo is natupad na. Tas yun, happiness yun kasi dumaan ka kay God para mag-pray, tas yung prayer mo is ayun, nagkatotoo. That is supernatural happiness. I will now read first the paragraph. Christian philosophers, notably Saint Augustine and Saint Thomas Aquinas, teach that man in every deliberate action acts toward an end and ultimately to an absolute ultimate end, happiness. Okay? Man attained perfect happiness in his life because God can never be known by man's natural power, but man can approximate perfect happiness in his life by knowledge and love of God. Okay? By love of God, we will achieve our happiness na hinahanap ng ating katawan. Okay? Okay, we were done discussing the topic. Okay? Thank you for listening and good morning.